snuggled in and have a laugh. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fantastic comedian to open the show for us today, ladies and gentlemen. He is an old friend of mine. He's got a fantastic special that's still on the iPlayer on Radio 4 that you can check out. And he is a massively politically engaged comedian. Please welcome the amazing Don Biswas.
How the fuck are you doing? Are you well?
Yay!
Anyone come forward. Before I start, I'd just like to say solidarity, comrades. Before I go into the politics, I want to say one other thing. First of all, obviously, fuck the Tories.
Yay! Fuck the Tories!
Fuck everyone, fuck Boris, everyone. But I want to talk about my life first before I go into the politics. I'm not from here, I'm not from Clapham, I'm from Wimbledon. Which is the home of tennis. Also true about me is I have a learning difficulty called dyspraxia, which among other things affects my coordination. Therefore, I am shit at sport. So as you can imagine, growing up in Wimbledon, in the mid-90s, in the home of tennis, having coordination difficulties. Do you know what that made me? British number 3. Steve was talking about the pandemic. I was prepared the most, because I live with my overbearing Indian mother. So I've been in lockdown for 39 fucking years. I'll actually explain my politics. The reason why I'm here is because I am a left-wing socialist comedian. But I do corporate gigs because I'm broke and I need the money. Hashtag hypocrite, fella. Last year I did a corporate gig for IKEA and purposely missed out some of the punchlines for the jokes just to see how they'll fucking like it. We have to bring together. We have to bring people together. So it's okay if you're left wing, but really, it doesn't matter even if you're right wing. It doesn't matter even if you're far right wing. Because the easiest job I ever had was working for the British National Party. Every day I would turn up at work and my boss would say, go home, so I did. Easiest job ever. My comedy is also about celebrating diversity. I think we should celebrate it wherever we can, whether it's Black History Month, Dyspraxia Awareness Week, or even National ADHD Minute. So, what a year we've had in politics. Finally, we've got the strikes. More people are striking day by day. I'm not happy with Rishi Sunak. Fuck him. But imagine a year ago, we had Boris Johnson. And do you know what I was doing then? I ran my own political comedy night, and I was looking for a Boris Johnson impressionist. Unfortunately, Keir Starmer was unavailable. And this is what I noticed about Keir Starmer and everyone in politics at the moment. Have you noticed that all the politicians at the moment are exactly the same? They don't both of them don't support the strikes, they're both going to legal wars for God knows what reason, and they don't give a shit about you. You get wider and wider opinions in my act than you do in mainstream media and politics. At least with me you get the viewpoint of a British Asian living in London, that look of a dyspraxic person and someone who's slightly autistic. As you probably guessed by now, comedy clubs usually book me just so they can consolidate all the diversity requirements into one affordable fucking comedian. So where do I stand politically? I am anti-austerity, it doesn't work. It does not work. Let me give you an example. Did you know the latest bailout bill imposed onto Greece by the European Union means more austerity for the Greeks, even though in the past it's reduced their economy by 25%? But wasn't it Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results? No one's laughing. But wasn't it Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again? I forgot my next joke. Sorry for the people for the benefit. Here, here's my next joke. Here we go. This is handing you a diversity, my next joke. Wasn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing again and again? Austerity has affected me, it has. Because of police cutbacks, as a brown guy living in London, I now have to stop and search myself. My one message is support the strikers. I myself am a political activist. At the start of 2022, 80,000 NHS staff descended onto the streets of London to protest at the possibility of being sacked. And I went to that event. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, which is the quickest way I can see my GP. So I should explain myself. I've been doing comedy for 15 years now, and nobody knows who the fuck I am. Don't laugh too hard, that's my life. That's because I still do a load of gigs, or most of my gigs on the London Open Mic circuit. Allow me to explain. They're the type of gigs where you get 30 comments on the bill, and if you're lucky, one audience member. So it's less of a gig and more of a hostage situation. Reason why I do these shows allows me to talk about stuff I'm interested in, like politics. Give us a cheer if you've heard of the Bilderberg Group.
Yeah.
What do you know about them, fella, anyone? Allow me to explain. The Bilderberg Group is a group of 120 of the top capitalist scumfucks, the politicians and the bankers and the media types, who meet every year in secret, in their own words, to have off-the-record discussions about foreign and economic policy. Now we have the World Economic Forum. Past members include Bush, Blair and Obama. Now first I see Tony Blair walking down the street. Firstly, I walk up to him with my weird dyspraxic walk. Would you think to that when I was younger? Because I was a child in the mid-90s. So everyone thought I was fucking mad for it. Firstly, I walk up to Tony Blair, the cunt. I walk up to him and say, Tony mate. If you want to meet people in secret, why not come to my next London Open Mic night? I'm about political history as well. Everything about our being is about, a lot of my comedy is about my politics, my culture, and where I've come from. What's your name, fella? Fraser. This is an important question about political history as well. Do you think Churchill was racist towards Indian people, Fraser? Yes. Who thinks Churchill was racist towards Indian people?
Yay!
You're right. Because my boyfriend got a cheaper deal on his car insurance than I did. Oh, no. One of the reasons why I started to get a few bookings, and I don't need to be hard on myself, because I tick a lot of boxes. One box was a fact. I came out to my parents 10 years ago as a socialist. There was no one to represent me politically until we had Jeremy Corbyn.
Yay!
Massive fan of Jeremy Corbyn. Not many people were, a lot of people were. Someone finally to represent my opinions in Parliament. And a few years after that, I was asked to do gigs for Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party during the 2019 general election. What an honour, what a fucking privilege. And I can tell you that every constituency I did that, they lost their seat. It wasn't Corbyn, it was me. Do you know what's your name, madam? Yeah. Do you want the reason why it was? There was an anti-Semitism scandal weaponised against the left of the Labour Party. 110% fucking fact. Now there's pockets of it and we need to get rid of it. But a lot of people get mixed up with anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. Zionism is the determination for the Jewish people to have their own homeland. Israel, I agree with that. But not at the expense of expelling the Palestinian people.
Yeah! Woo!
I don't believe in a religious nationalism, like my parents' homeland of India, where they had to flee the village because of religious reasons, because everyone in that village was Sikh, and my parents were hairdressers. Sikhs can't cut their hair for the dead. I'm politically converted, but I don't need to tell you. In life, if you want to talk politics, choose what to give a fuck about politically. Because none of this stuff matters. It's woke bullshit. If it doesn't affect you, why do you care? We live in a world now where we have 70 different gender types. And let me tell you, that's fucking amazing. It's great. Why do you care if you don't disagree with that? We have 70 different gender types. Because growing up in a traditional Indian household, you're recognised as two things. Doctor or not a fucking doctor. Guess which one I was. By the way, if you don't recognise yourself as one of those 70 gender types, why do you care, and vice versa? You shouldn't give a shit what other people think of you. As my granddad said to me when he was younger, son, be who you want to be. Which is why he got done for identity theft. The cost of living crisis is to blame because of the top 1%. It's the billionaire class, the media, and the puppet politicians. But yet, people say, the other day, I read in the news that woke culture is to blame for cost of living crisis. And then it got me thinking, I think that's true as well. It's true, maybe that's true. Woke culture is partly to blame for the cost of living crisis. Because if you live on your own, and your pronouns are they or them, don't tell the council. Well, I think there's more than one person living there. I see myself as an anti-establishment comedian. You're welcome. You're looking at anti-establishment comedian. You're welcome. Some of my heroes include Bill Hicks and Lenny Bruce. The latter who got arrested for the words he said. But they got me thinking, how can I be an anti-establishment comedian when I still live with my mum? How can I say fuck the system when I'm nearly 40 and I still have a bedtime? By the way, I'm smiling. Get us out late tonight, thank you. No, she's in the station car park. I am not an anti-establishment comedian. I'm an outsider. Most of my friends are on the spectrum, and they've had their benefits truly taken away from this government. And do you know what I did during that time? Don't judge me. I did my second corporate ever for the Department of Work and Pensions. The people who administer universal credit. But I turned up 6 weeks late just to see how they'll fucking like it. Fuck them. Look, I like that every man stage persona most other comedians have because I'm slightly autistic. But do you want me to attempt some observational humour? Have you ever noticed that in the past, the main activity of a lot of MPs in both parties was to fuck kids in care homes? It's happening. It's happening. You just got to look at how and guess that. Have you noticed we go to legal wars for God knows what reason? We know what the real reason is: Western imperialism and to sell weapons. Have you noticed that both parties, as I said before, are not helping the strikers at all? By the way, what has this been said before? It's been said before. I'm just saying it again, and hoping this time people will listen and do something fucking about it. After all, wasn't it Einstein who said the definition of insanity? Do the same thing again and again. I'll leave with a few more bits. Did you know where the banking system controls us is by lending us more money than currently exists, thus creating money out of thin air? It's called fractional reserve banking, check it out. If we can't afford to pay that money back, which they charge us interest on, the banks repossess items. Colleagues at my old workplace reckon this may be some kind of crazy conspiracy nut. As well as my boss said, it made me a shit NatWest customer service advisor. I'll leave with a few things. First of all, I don't care about the job. I've been sacked from every job I've ever had, and it's fucking brilliant. Being dyspraxic is great. It's giving me more time to think. It is. We don't get enough time to think, people. We don't. For example, for the first 12 to 18 years of your life, you're indoctrinated in education. You just repeat what other people tell you. And then for the next 50 years, you're working 50 hours a week in a job you really hate just so you can buy some pokey little flat in the city. And you've got no time to philosophise about your own existence because you're distracted by Match of the Day, Netflix, or X Factor, the next big thing. And that's why you readily accept the opinions of tabloid press tell you about Nick Lynch and people like that, which are utter bullshit, and Jeremy Corbyn. And you've got kids to look after, so you're even more distracted than that. And all for what? Just so you can get a mediocre pension. And then you fucking die. Unfortunately, it's a lot worse for my Hindu parents because of reincarnation. They have to repeat the process again. I'll leave with this. Keir Starmer should be supporting the strikes. Agree? He should be supporting the strikes. I am not a fan of this fake left-wing bollocks. I'm going to vote Labour because some people are choosing between heating and eating. We need to help the poorest in society. But I'm not a fan of Labour or the Democrats in America over the last 30 years. Bill Clinton can fuck off. Barack Obama can fuck off. They can all fuck off because they're not proper left wing. Some of the horrible things they've done, like not supporting the strikes, going to legal wars in the Middle East. I'll give you an example of Barack Obama, some of the horrible things he done, as seen in the CIA torture report. He put people in prison without a trial. Places like Guantanamo Bay. Do you know what he did to those prisoners? He waterboarded them. In some cases, he deprived them for up to 127 hours of sleep by sending them to a London open mic night with 30 comedians and one audience. I'll do business, that's very much.
Yeah.